We all have goals. Even people who say they disapprove of goals or don't take the time to think about their goals still have ideas of what they want their life to look like and things they want to accomplish, which in essence are just goals. But whilst we all have goals, we're not always the best at defining them, which is quite possibly why we never actually achieve them. It's like if we're playing soccer, but instead of using goalposts and a net, we just use cones on the floor. Let's say I kicked the ball kind of close to one of the cones, was it a goal or not? It's kind of hard to tell compared to when you have posts and a net, where if the ball doesn't end up in the net, then it wasn't a goal. We like to make vague goals. It's like trying to score between the cones. They give an indication of how close we are, but they're not really defined enough to be able to help us determine if we've hit them or not. What we want to do is make goals that are like the posts, clearly defined so we can tell when they've been hit. So today I'm going to share with you my system for creating goals. I use a system called the SMART Goals system. SMART is an acronym: S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. To demonstrate this framework, I've got a goal that's good but kind of vague. So for the purpose of this video, let's say that my goal is to read more. It's good, but it could be made better. Let's see if we can run it through the framework and make it more defined. Let's start with S, make the goal specific. The idea here is to break down the goal into all of the steps that are required to actually achieve it. What you want to do is look at what the result of the goal should be, and then work backwards to see what steps are required. So the goal to read more is good, but we haven't yet defined what the actual result of the goal should be. So maybe it's to read a specific book. Let's say Atomic Habits by James Clear. So my goal is not just to read more, but to read Atomic Habits. Next up, M for measurable. It's important that the goal is measurable because without quantifiable milestones, it's hard to track progress. So think about what the milestones of your goal could be. Going back to my reading goal, maybe I could try and read 10 pages a day. That way, every time I read 10 pages, I can track my progress towards my goal. So my goal is not just to read Atomic Habits, it's to read 10 pages of Atomic Habits every day. Moving on to A for achievable. This is where you can reality check your goal. We like to bite off a bit more than we can chew. I'm certainly someone who does that. But the problem with doing this is that it makes our goals feel pretty monumental and take a long time to actually see any progress made. Without that progress, we just sort of slow to a stop. So for my reading goal, maybe 10 pages is too much. I'm a busy guy between making videos for you guys and Sunrise Beach missions and running the Chris Hemsworth fan club. I don't have much time. This is beyond you, Metal Man. Ah! So maybe I'll bring it back to 8 pages. My goal can be to read 8 pages of Atomic Habits every day. Now, R for relevant, and this step is vital. You need to ask yourself why you're hoping to achieve this goal. What you want in life changes pretty regularly, and your goals should change with it. So why do I want to read Atomic Habits? Well, I've heard some great things about it. I've heard it's got some really good systems in there to help you to actually use your habits to support the goals and lifestyle that you want. This is turning into a book review for Atomic Habits. So now I can update my goal with a reason why I'm doing it. Read 8 pages of Atomic Habits every day so that I can learn to use my habits to build my desired lifestyle. This is also a good chance to admit that it's not the right time to chase certain goals. Let's say that my goal is to climb El Capitan. But I'm just a beginner climber at the moment. It would take a lot of time and training and skill building to actually reach the point where I could do that goal. So it's not exactly feasible for me to try and do it right now. A better goal would be to try and climb a local route that's slightly above my skill level, not El Capitan. Finally, T for time-bound. This is another very important step. Without a time cap, I could spend the rest of my life wanting to achieve the goal, but continuing to put it off. Hey bro, when are you starting that workout goal you keep talking about? Don't worry, man. Tomorrow's day 1, trust me. Yeah, that's what you said 3 months ago. Oh, let's go, level 705. What we want to do is set a deadline for when we want our goal to be accomplished. Atomic Habits has about 300 pages, so 8 pages a day rounds out to about 38 days. So in theory, I should be able to finish the book in 38 days. If you don't already have a time constraint imposed on the goal, then add your own deadline. So my goal could be to read 8 pages of Atomic Habits every day for 30 days so that I can learn to make my habits contribute towards my desired lifestyle. Simply by using this framework, I've taken a vague goal of read more and made it really well defined. Read 8 pages of Atomic Habits every day for 38 days so I can learn to use my habits to support my desired lifestyle. So often it's the little differences in how we define our goals that change whether we feel we can actually achieve them. For example, if I'd left my goal as read more, I could read 1 chapter this afternoon or 100 books in the next week, and technically both of them render the goal as complete. That's why it's really important to clearly define your goals. This system has helped me to actually achieve my goals and to feel that I'm making meaningful progress towards them. No more wondering whether I've actually done enough or feeling like I haven't completed my goals in a while. This system has helped me to feel that I can and will complete my goals. I hope you learned something from the video that you can take away and apply to your own goals. Let me know down in the comments if this system works for you. You can even let us know what your redefined goals are so we can get around you and support you towards completing them. Well, that's all for this week. Keep being your heroes. See you soon. I am Thor, god of hammers. As long as there is life in my breast, I am running out of things to say. That's such a good line. I am Thor, god of hammers. I can't take this.